This is what makes Howie a genius because, he might zig when everybody else thinking he's going to zag. So
Sure.
you just never know.
So I agree with you that there is a difference between taking the phone call and listening rather than be the one that makes the call. But it also, to me, is noteworthy. Like, did he say they're going to take phone calls about Quinyon Mitchell?
Mm-mm.
Did he say they're going to take phone calls about Cooper DeJean? No. Did he say they're going to take phone calls about Devontae Smith? So, yes, it is. You're right. Totally right. It's a difference between making the call and taking the call. But they're taking calls about him for a reason. Also, when he was trying to count up the number of times that AJ was miserable, not great. It shows you what people think around the league. Now, Hugh, the second part is that's the juicy one. The idea that people around the league think the Eagles are going to take a quarterback within the first 2 rounds, or within the early part of the draft. He didn't say first 2 rounds, but the early part of the NFL draft. That one is. It's a whole different ball of wax. I mean, that changes a lot, especially the higher it is, right? And Jalen Hurts was a second-round pick. We'll see if something happens this offseason. But I wonder where that's coming from. I wonder if that is just like, hey, this is the Eagles' thing. Or I wonder, did people know that their scouts were on the trail of the quarterbacks this college season? Like, they would know, right? People in the NFL would you can kind of see, right? Like, Ohio State's playing Texas, right? Who's there, right? Are all 32 teams there? Are 10 there? Who are those 10 teams? Who are they looking like? I wonder if there's a trail that says the Eagles are kind of following this quarterback's draft class. Why?
I think as a player, you have to know, especially when you get a little older, that they're always looking for your replacement. I don't think that is something you should be upset about. It's the nature of the beast because when you come into the league, like when I came in, Donald Evans was the starting defensive end. I took his job eventually, but he knew that they drafted me to replace him. And vice versa, when they drafted Derek Burgess, I knew that he was there to take my job. So what happens is this. There's 2 roads you could take as a player. You can either, tighten your game up and help the young buck out as much as you possibly can, but not let him take your job, or pout and become a petulant child and ask to be traded. I don't think if they draft a quarterback, I think Jalen's going to welcome the challenge. I can't see Jalen shying away from that. It might even be a good thing. The one thing that has never hurt anybody is competition. And if Jalen feels comfortable with where he is as far as a quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles, this should be not a problem for him.
So I agree, but if it's in the first 2 rounds, it signals something.
Wouldn't care.
But
I would not care.
Something.
Well, it signals that they feel that your time is
coming up. Yeah.
But hell, they did that with Brett Favre. They drafted Aaron Rodgers.
He was older, though.
Yeah, and then Aaron Rodgers.
Rodgers became the QB.
Yeah, he eventually.
Young Montana,
but he eventually became the QB.
Yeah.
But Brett Favre held him off as long as he could. As a matter of fact, Brett Favre forced the hand of the Green Bay Packers in order to move on from him.
So you're right. Same thing with Love, right? With Love and Rodgers.
It tells you they're prepared to hand this thing over, though.
Right. I don't think we could go back and find a team that took a quarterback when their quarterback was under 30 that wasn't they didn't believe in that quarterback anymore.
Right. No,
I mean
I don't deny. I do not deny that it says a lot. But it also says to me that they feel that Jalen has gotten too complacent. Like, there's 2 things at play here. You could say that, okay, they're drafting a quarterback to take Jalen's place, or they're drafting a quarterback to push Jalen.
To push him.
Because he's gotten too comfortable. And the quarterback, we don't expect him to take Jalen's spot. But let's be honest. Between Jalen and Tanner McKee, I like Tanner McKee. But the skill set is different for what this offense needs. So if you say you go out and you draft one of them young quarterbacks that has the same skill set as Jalen, none of the names come to mind right now, but you go draft one of those guys. That's different because now you have somebody that's in the system that's a similar talent and runs the offense the way that Jalen runs. So that's putting pressure on Jalen to go run the offense.
Well, I actually think it'd be interesting if they took someone that doesn't play like Jalen. Are they taking someone for the new system?
Yeah,
right. Like a guy that
There's so many different ways you can look at this.
But that's why I think drafting a quarterback in the early rounds is like a no-brainer because you do both of those things that you mentioned, Hugh. Like you put pressure on Jalen and you hedge.
Yeah, but that's the NFL in a nutshell. Like,
well, right.
That's to me is the NFL in a nutshell. You're always looking to improve your team. You can never stand pat.
The only downside to it is, well,
there's a downside.
There's the downside of Jalen and this quarterback both not working out. There's that.
There's that.
But The only other downside there is you miss out on a player that could contribute elsewhere on your roster.
Course,
But
yes.
again, this is quarterback we're talking about here.